Hi Gemini, this is your October 6th through the 12th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already in a relationship or married. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. After that, in spread number 4, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And the fifth spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Gemini. We have Strength, clarified by the Page of Cups. We have the Emperor, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Star. Any potential outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups and the Sun. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Aquarius. We also have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You know the feeling I have right now, or the feeling I got once I was done laying down the cards? I was impressed, Gemini. I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why, but I was impressed. Okay? The first 3 cards that actually came out, right? The first 3 cards in the main spread were all major arcana cards, right? Strength, the Emperor, and the Star. That's impressive. If you ask me, that's impressive. And we have 2 more major arcana cards later in the reading. The Sun and the Wheel of Fortune are also major arcana cards. And don't forget about those 2 aces. Okay? Don't forget about those 2 aces. So what's interesting, another interesting thing about this reading is that we have every single fire sign on the table. We have Leo here twice, by the way, right? But both Strength and the Sun could be a Leo, right? Leo is a fire sign. The Emperor could be an Aries. Aries is a fire sign as well. The Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck could be interpreted as many, many different zodiac signs, and Sagittarius is one of them because of the Jupiter, right? So technically you have all of them here, all fire signs. The Knight of Pentacles could be an earth sign, and the Star is an Aquarius, major arcana card. Alright, so I can interpret this so many different ways. So many different ways, but I'll just focus on the scenario that speaks to me the most. Alright, you're dealing with the Emperor. The Emperor right there, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. The Emperor could simply be an Aries you're dealing with, or maybe the Emperor is maybe somebody who is finally stepping up. Right? Stepping up, and maybe they're assuming control of their emotions and they're gonna make you a very serious offer, or they're stepping up because now that they've met you or they're about to meet you, they will want to get serious with you. Maybe for the very first time in their life. They're like, okay, so I met this Gemini, so yes, this is it, this is the person. And they're stepping up, ready for a commitment. Okay, the Emperor could be a boss figure. Maybe this is somebody you work with. Or this person is like a business owner, right? Or maybe yeah, they're like very well established. Perhaps they're like they control a bunch of stuff. Maybe they're very wealthy. The Knight of Pentacles clarifying the Emperor, yeah, it's the most financially abundant knight out of all 4 knights. But at the same time, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is all about being very down to earth, being very serious. With the Knight of Pentacles, you can always plan ahead. This is the most like future investing type of an energy, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, you invest into the future. You make plans together, future plans together, buy stuff together, settle down, and that type of energy. Right? To the left from the Emperor, we have Strength, clarified by the Page of Cups. Strength is, as I already mentioned, a Leo. Major arcana card, but Strength could be a card of courage. Even though you're dealing with the Emperor, maybe they still require courage to ask you out. Right, with that Page of Cups, because I think the Page of Cups is them asking you out on a date, or maybe approaching you if you see this person every once in a while, right? Maybe they're gonna buy you a cup of coffee with that Page of Cups, or a cup of something else. All right, so the Star in the middle is an Aquarius, major arcana card, but it is also a card of wish come true. It is a card of hope, wish come true, something we usually wish for a very long time. Right? For very few of you, maybe this Emperor will help you out financially, or maybe they will loan you money, or maybe this person is in charge of loaning money. Maybe they're like they work in a bank, right? Or maybe they will help you find a job or something along those lines. I'm trying to give you more options as to how you know this person, right? So you keep your eyes open, I guess. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. It could be interpreted as a Sagittarius or other zodiac signs, but it could be like a very fortunate turnaround for some of you. Gemini, right? A very fortunate turnaround, because like I said, I am impressed with all these cards. And the Wheel of Fortune could also be a start of a simply start of a cycle between the two of you. It could be a card of literally going somewhere, maybe. And any potential outcome, two aces and the sun. You know, it's almost it is as good as it gets. Two aces and the sun. The sun is another Leo major arcana card. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. Out of all 78 cards we have in a standard tarot deck, that one, the sun, is the happiest one out of all of them, and it's sitting right next to two aces. Right, two aces. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is all about love. The Ace of Pentacles is similar to the Knight of Pentacles energy. It's also a card of like a lucky chance, lucky turnaround. So perhaps this whole thing is all about like a major lucky turn of events with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles here. But the Ace of Pentacles usually comes from somebody who is ready to get serious and get married. All right? Really happy for you, Gemini. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Gemini, this spread is for you. We have the Four of Wands, clarified by the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Three of Cups, and the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Cancer, perhaps even another Gemini. It's a celebration. It's a celebration, Gemini. What are you celebrating? Are you celebrating life? Are you celebrating... It could be absolutely anything. I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to a wedding, an engagement party, housewarming party. It could be your engagement or wedding or somebody else's. Because we have a long weekend coming up here in the United States. Maybe you're going somewhere for the long weekend. The Chariot on the bottom of the deck could definitely be a card of going somewhere. Okay? Yeah, and the Four of Wands, it is a card of a family, it is a card of a wedding, or like a family-oriented celebration. It's clarified by the Lovers, which is your major arcana card. And it's also a soulmate card, right? Just like the Two of Cups in the middle, by the way, a soulmate card. And the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Three of Cups. Something good is going to come out of that. If you're going to a wedding or some kind of a family-oriented celebration, something good is going to come out of that with that Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So more celebration. Maybe you're going to multiple events during this week. This is such a great reading. The first reading, the new love reading, was an amazing, freaking awesome reading. But it did not have any marriage cards. This one does from the very beginning. Don't get me wrong. The first one, I see you, if you're watching this after you just watched the first reading, I see a bright, amazing future for those of you who are looking for new love. Bright, amazing future. This reading is just as good or even a little better because of that Four of Wands. Something fantastic something with that Ace of Pentacles. It is a golden opportunity coming out of that. All right, and it's like a big celebration or a couple of different celebrations. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Gemini, this week. Keep in mind it doesn't have to be the most recent next. We have the Nine of Swords, clarified by the Tower, the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. We have the Fool, clarified by the Page of Cups, and we also have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, or any zodiac sign. I see two stories here, two different stories. For some of you, perhaps your ex is realizing they made a huge mistake. Their life is in ruins now, and they're going to come back and tell you the truth, that they made a huge mistake, and things like that. And maybe you'll decide to give this person a second chance, right? So that would be scenario number one. Scenario number two. And in this scenario, the person you're dealing with could be an ex, but doesn't have to be. Okay? Maybe the person you're going to be hearing from, the person from your past, maybe something unfortunate happened to them, and you will decide to help them out, and maybe at some point in the future, as a token of appreciation, they will invite you to a cup of coffee, or they will want to do something nice to you as a thank you for you helping them out, and maybe this is how the two of you will hit it off. Okay, that's how I see it. It's like those two different scenarios. Because with the Nine of Swords and the Tower, the first two cards, it could be your ex just crying themselves to sleep every night because their life, it's finally dawning on them that they made a huge mistake, that their life will never be the same. The Tower is their life coming crashing down, right? In scenario number two, maybe something happened to this person from your past. Maybe I don't know what the Tower is, but that's stressing them out. Something like a shock, something shocked them, something shocking, very destructive is about to happen in their life. The rest of the spread, this is either you maybe giving them a second chance after a conversation, or maybe you decide to help them out, and after that they will want to thank you, and you guys will hit it off after that. Okay, that's how I see it. The Ace of Swords is either a conversation, or the Ace of Swords, this is you deciding to help them out with that Six of Pentacles. Maybe you'll decide to help them out financially. The Six of Pentacles is also kind of an equal give and take, so maybe this conversation is about equal give and take. The Fool clarified by the Page of Cups is their second chance, or this is them wanting to thank you. Yeah, those are the two stories I see. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Gemini. This week we have the Seven of Cups clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Six of Swords, and we also have the Fool on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries, or any zodiac sign. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. This reading starts with options. Options. This is you looking at options. Some of you could be looking to spend money on your next vacation, right? Perhaps you're doing your research, and then you'll decide where you want to go, and maybe book your trip. Some of you will actually even go somewhere this week, right? But this trip coming up, if it's your reading, then it doesn't have to happen during this week. Maybe you're booking this trip for at some point in the future. For others of you, if you're not planning your next vacation, you still have options. You still have options. Okay? And it's like you will have the luxury of choosing. That's how it feels. Okay? Maybe they are going to, perhaps you have a job right now, right? And perhaps you've earned something with your existing job, and they're giving you options like, what do you want to do next, right? And you'll be choosing what you want to do next. All right? It can definitely be interpreted as such. Maybe they're giving you an option whether you want to relocate to another office, to another location, and if you do, they will promote you or something like that. Some of you no longer have to work, and you're just, this reading could be you deciding what you want to do now that you've got all the money in your bank account. Maybe you're retiring, or just retired, or you came into money and you're like, okay, so it's now that I don't have to work, what do I want to do? And you're looking at options. I hope this play out for as many of you as possible, that you no longer have to work. And you may be deciding to go somewhere, travel the world. All right? You could be thinking about moving, starting a new life somewhere else. Okay, but this is a fantastic reading. Awesome. The Star is a card of a wish come true, right? It's also a card of wish granted and healing. It could be an Aquarius you're dealing with. The Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords. I think some of you are definitely going somewhere with those two cards, or starting something new. Right, the Fool on the bottom of the deck. It could be you trying new things, taking a leap of faith. It could also be a card of being spontaneous for some of you. Okay, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Gemini. We have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have Air, another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe a Sagittarius. So here's what's going on. It could be directly or indirectly related to you, Gemini, by the way. This King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, it could be some other couple. Maybe one of them is your friend. One of them could be a relative. And maybe what you're not expecting is those two getting romantically involved. All right? This reading doesn't necessarily have to be about love. For most of you it is, but it could also be like some kind of a partnership or business deal, or something like that. Okay? If it is directly related to you, then you're probably the King of Swords, and you're probably dealing with the Queen of Pentacles. So perhaps I'm connecting with a male or masculine Gemini right now, and you're the King of Swords, you're dealing with this Queen of Pentacles. And again, it can be about love, doesn't have to be. Because the Two of Cups, yes, it is a soulmate card, but it is also a card of a handshake. That's how I typically interpret it as when it comes to work, business, and finances, right? And the Three of Pentacles that the Queen of Pentacles is clarifying, the Three of Pentacles could simply be, a bunch of people hanging out, a bunch of acquaintances, a bunch of friends. Maybe you're joining a new group of friends. Maybe you're hanging out with a new group of people, and you will meet this Queen of Pentacles there, and you guys will hit it off, right? But the Three of Pentacles could also be a card of like collaboration, cooperation. So it could be about some kind of a partnership or business deal that's about to take place with the Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, yeah, definitely some kind of a cycle starting between you and this Queen of Pentacles if you're the King of Swords. Alright, so that's what I have for you for this reading for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Gemini, have an amazing week.